What up guys, welcome to Chef Vic, and today I'm going to show you guys a cool little treat, and that is cinnamon rolls. One of my specialty, and I can't wait to share this cool recipe with you guys, so stick around. Let's talk about, before we start this recipe on my recipe for the delicious cinnamon rolls, is that I use brioche. Brioche is a very buttery and delicious bread. It's a cross between a pastry and a bread. You can make it sweet or savory if you want. It's of course is a French type of style bread. Very rich, and because of what makes it a pastry is because all the butter and eggs. Highly recommend though, before we start this recipe, really highly recommend to have a stand mixer. You can make this by hand, but it's a pain in the booty. I tried it before. It's possible, but it takes so much effort and a long time to do so, my friend. So I highly recommend, please use your stand mixer if you have it. Now, typical cinnamon roll recipe is more of a type of more like a bready type of thing, but I like the brioche because of the rich flavor of the butter and the eggs. It just adds to complement it. It tastes good because with the sweet brown sugar, cinnamon stuff right in the middle, swirl it and all that good stuff, my friends. So let's get started with this. Of course, you're going to need I'm using bread flour, of course, all the good stuff, butter, eggs. It takes 8 eggs. A lot of eggs. It takes about 8 tablespoons of butter, softened. I use unsalted. As always do, it's always a must in baking. And go to salt, yeast, milk, and sugar. Now, note to self, I do my yeast activation differently. I know the rule is to activate it in a warm liquid by, I think, what, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, in order to really activate the yeast, give that little bubbly action. And also good tester to see if the yeast is active enough. Quick note too as well, make sure you buy yeast in the packets, throw in your fridge. They will last way more longer. Now I don't do that just because, one, I want the yeast to give much flavor to the dough as much as possible. How you do that is by acting the yeast while you mix in the dough. So I skipped that part of putting the yeast in the liquid and then let it bloom. That's called blooming. I do not do that as much, depending how quick I want to do it. But I always do that. I always add the yeast to the flour, all that good stuff. Make sure you add your salt beforehand, mix it thoroughly, and then you add your yeast and add your other ingredients as well. And then let the yeast do this thing. It always works perfectly well for me. It takes a tad longer, but my friends, I swear it will be way worth your time. Because the more the yeast works, the more flavor it develops your pastries or your breads. So enough talking. I'm chit-chat. I could talk about breads all night day. Love cooking with stuff like this, and trust me, more of this content will come to New Year. So let's get started. Alright guys, so let's start with the eggs. I'm going to start with 8 eggs, yolks. So we got to separate the eggs from the whites, like so. So I'm going to get the eggs out. Actually, what I like to do, open my handy trash can right here. So this is stuff I do at the restaurants if it requires me to separate any eggs from the whites, yolks from the whites. And I drop the shell in there. So pull away, crack all your eggs in the bowl. It also saves time. And also just make sure your hands are clean, of course, doing this. And to me, it works better if you have delicate hands. What I mean, like, you don't break the yolk and stuff like that. Separate the yolks from the eggs, so you just gently pick them up. Alright guys, so I got interrupted again. Anyway, so you just gently rock it back and forth, the egg yolks, right between your hands. And then it should separate. Nice and easy like that. Like so. Alright guys, so got my eggs separated from the whites. So we're gonna do the dry. So we're gonna add about 2¼ cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, granulated sugar of course. Make sure everything's in there. Then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix that up first before we add the yeast. Give that a nice little twisty whisk, like so. And then we're gonna add our yeast. That's gonna be 2 tablespoons. Mix it like so, and then get our mixture. We're gonna add your 8 egg yolks, 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon of whole milk goes in, like so. Now, with this recipe, you may need to add a little more liquid. Your best bet to add water, just a little bit, because at first it's gonna come out kind of dry. So if your dough's a little dry, add a little water to it, be fine. You gotta keep in mind of humidity, stuff like that. It does affect the dough. Is it more drier? The air is more dry. Most likely your dough will become a little more dry, although you have perfect measurements. So you gotta really just kind of follow, you know what I'm saying? Do a little dance, a little thing like that. So just keep an eye on it. So let's head to the mixer. Alright guys, so that's how you need the dough. Just need it. Again, the brioche is very much you have to be patient for, so just be a little patient with it and eventually it will come together and form that dough. As I say, it would be very hard to do it by hand, so I highly not recommend that. So this dough is soft though. Very soft. It's very pliable. I'm very happy with that. So we're gonna kind of knead it a little bit. Nice elastic. Oh my god, I love this bread, guys. You're in for a treat, my friends. So about that liquid, I did show you guys. I add a little water to it. It's like 1/3 cup of water. So that's how we'll add that. So when you add your 1/3 cup of milk and that plus tablespoon, I highly recommend add 1/3 cup of water as well. Or you could just do 2/3, you know what I'm saying, of milk. So this is the kind of dough you guys want. I hope you guys see that. I'm trying to show it to you guys. This is the kind you want to do. You want to be elastic. It could hold its shape. It's tacky, but not too tacky. Now, trick of this kind of bread, you don't want to handle too much because of the butter. And right now it's light. It's not dense. That's how you want it. So you don't want it to be melting that butter a lot. Now at this stage, you could put this in the fridge, wrap it up a plastic wrap, or put it in a Ziploc bag and tie it up, make sure it doesn't explode. And you could place this in the fridge and let it rise in the fridge for 24 hours overnight. And then by the morning it'd be easier to take out. Take out about 15 to 20 minutes, so it'd be easy to roll out and do your freshly baked cinnamon rolls. But that's up to you guys. I'm not doing that, so I'm gonna place this in a warm place and let it rise. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how hot your kitchen is. You can put it in an oven light. The best, I found it actually a cool way, that actually the best proofer is your microwave. I'm for us. Microwave works the best for these things. Awesome and awesome and awesome. So, place this guy. I'm gonna place him in the microwave and let this rise for 1 hour, and I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, so let's start making the filling for the cinnamon rolls. Wow, those are rising. It's almost like it's almost done too. See, you don't have to bloom it, it's already active. See. So guys, we're gonna add a cup of brown sugar. Dark or light, it's up to you. In that part, you like more molassesly. You could pick dark. If you no less than that, then of course light. It's up to you guys, but I just use regular brown sugar. Cinnamon, all depends how much cinnamon do you really want. So you're gonna put a little more cinnamon in there. So I kind of like a lot of cinnamon, so about 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. And then to balance out that sweetness, about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then whisk that together. And then you have a delicious filling. Type of recipes are called for you. Like you get softened butter, you add your sugar, cinnamon, and you whip it up in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment. I like doing mine melted butter, so this will be 1/3 to 1/2 cup of butter. Flour your surface like so, and then take out your beautiful dough. If you need it right, this is why I kind of like doing this. That's why I like doing the cold butter method and everything. If you need it right, it'd be semi-easy to work with. Now there are some brioche doughs out there. Ooh, it's nice and fluffy. There's some brioche doughs out there though, my friends, that are very wet, kind of like very sticky, even though you need it for several times. And then that's why they recommend you guys to put it in the fridge. This makes it more easier to roll out. That's all. That's all that stuff is all about, my friends. So you easily go like this, just gently roll it out, like so. Kind of go for a rectangle type of shape. Rotate mine. Just make sure flour is underneath there. Very important. It's very soft, you guys. Very, very soft. And that's like the nice, awesome way about brioche dough is the softness of these breads. Nice, delicious bread. Gluten nice and relaxed, but yet it's stretched. Very pliable, stretch out, not even tears into it. Nice, beautiful dough. This is also what's called degassing, which means you're pushing all the carbon dioxide gases that the yeast release because you're eating the sugars and stuff like that. And then you're just degassing it. And when you do the second rise, like we're gonna do a little later, and that's gonna build you more flavor. So you get more flavor by making the yeast work, by activating it slowly like we do. And then you get a little more bonus flavor. So what I mean by flavor, you guys, it gives that yeasty, beautiful fermentation thing going on with the yeast. And that's what I mean by flavor. It gives more character besides eating its salt and sugars and all that good stuff. Alright guys, that's the cinnamon rolls recipe. Hope you guys enjoy that. I see I got a new shirt because my battery ran out when I did the video. It actually ended perfectly. But yeah, so it's kind of like the couple days out there. So hope you guys liked that video. That cinnamon roast was so good. Light, fluffy, and buttery. And sweet, of course. So good, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys make these recipe or these delicious cinnamon rolls, let me know. Send me through my Instagram, you know, at Chef Vic. I think 2416, that's the name on my Instagram. Or check me out on my Facebook page, Chef Vic. There's all cool things there you guys to see. You can show some news of what's come to my channel and all that good stuff. And little quick recipes and tips as well. So you guys have any cool recipes, or like you guys did something on mine, my recipes, don't be afraid to take a picture of it, send it to me, and I'll be happy to share it to everyone and show your guys' hard work and all that good stuff, my friends. I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys like the video, again, hit that like. If you guys are new or happen to not hit that subscribe, what are you guys waiting for? Hit that subscribe so you guys enjoy these delicious recipes and all that. And also to hit that bell and notifies you guys my new videos popping up, so you guys will be the first one to get notified of my new videos. So again guys, take care. I will see you guys again, and I will see you